your emails feel stiffer and more stuffy than a corporate event in a library, then it's time to make some subtle changes and reinvigorate that list. Email marketing has an incredible return on investment. It doesn't take too much Google foo to find studies citing an ROI of 36 to 1, as in you get back $36 for every $1 spent. You might even see statistics citing an even higher return on investment in the region of 44 to 1. Whichever statistic you come across, one thing remains clear. The return on investment on email marketing is substantially higher than any other marketing channel. But that is only true if your emails are actually any good. How do you go about writing decent emails? Emails that convert passive audience members into paying customers. Well, to help answer that question, I thought I'd share some tips. Some things that you can apply to your copywriting, to your writing for your email list that will help improve conversion and actually make those sales. Keep it concise and scannable. Most people, including you, skim their emails rather than reading them in detail. Just because you think you read everything completely doesn't mean you do. What you do is scan it, then make a decision about actually reading it properly. Make sure your message is easy to scan. Formatting and clarity are your friends here. Use short paragraphs, bullet points and headers to break up your text and make it easy to read. White space is almost more important than the words you write. Know your audience. Understand your audience's preferences, interests and pain points to come up with emails that are actually relevant. Your product or service is the solution that will eventually become important to the customer, but at the moment they don't really care. What they care about is themselves and the problem they face. Use segmentation and personalization to tailor your message to different groups within your audience. People will be at different stage of the buyer's journey. This is why automation and audience segmentation and personalization are so useful and important. Write a compelling subject line. This one's pretty obvious. The subject line is the first thing the recipients see. If it doesn't capture their attention, then there's zero chance they will click on your email and actually read it. Use a subject line that is clear, concise and relevant to your audience. It needs to be more than just exciting. It actually has to feel like it's connected to their world. Consider using emojis to add visual appeal and stand out in a crowded inbox. There's a caveat to that though, and it is enormous. Only use them if your audience uses them in their own communications. Only use them if your audience uses them in their own communications. Optimize for mobile. More than half of all emails are opened on mobile devices, so make sure your emails are optimized for mobile viewing. I get weekly emails from a copywriter who I respect greatly, but I have to use my PC to read his emails, otherwise they're unreadable. He uses a platform that does a terrible job of making the content mobile friendly. As a result, it's impossible to read on a small screen without zooming in and out to read each section. I recently bought a foot massager. I had a stroke a few years ago, and ever since then when I wake up in the morning it takes my right foot and my leg a little while to catch up with the rest of my body and actually wake up. I combat this by massaging my foot in the morning for a few minutes to stimulate the nerves and increase the blood flow. I decided one day to invest a little bit of money into a foot massage machine thing. I did some research and found that it wouldn't really make much difference in whatever machine I bought because they pretty much all do the same thing. Because there wasn't a clear winner, my quest became centered around price, but this didn't last long. In the end, a company whose email list I'd signed up for became my supplier. Why? Mostly because the company I went with emailed me regularly. They didn't just send me offers and bombard me with information about their product. They didn't spam my inbox multiple times a day. They didn't leave me too long without contact either. Instead, they engaged with me like a person. Through their emails, it felt like it was just one person was writing to me. I experienced their personality and I connected with them. They recognized that what they offer wasn't unique. So instead of talking endlessly about the product which the other companies were doing, they made an effort to show me that they were human too. They had achy feet too. They had long days filled with responsibilities too. They were just like me. Their uniqueness was the brand, the interactions and the personality. They stood out in a crowded marketplace as a result. The tips shared with you in this video will help you craft emails that truly connect with the individuals that make up your audience. A connection so deep and so meaningful that you become an integral part of their lives. There is no greater responsibility to have as a business owner or a marketer than connecting with people. Making a personal connection between your brand and your customer, a connection that is born in the hearts of your audience and maintained by your ability to get on their level and speak to them where they are. If your emails feel stiffer and more stuffy than a corporate event in a library, then it's time to make some subtle changes and reinvigorate that list. Look at what you've created. Is it scannable? Does it speak directly to who you want to reach? Is the subject line interesting enough to even get clicked in the first place? How does it look on mobile? Is the experience for your reader as good as it could be? What you learned in this video is vital if you want to be able to optimize your writing to suit and connect with your audience. None of it is complex or difficult, and none of it takes a lifetime to master. These are simple changes you can make to dramatically increase the conversion rate in email, which in turn leads to your business making more money. A small investment of time that will pay dividends for a lifetime.